And you take a child who's just pure, generally when they're not affected by their surroundings, when they're truly happy, loving, positive, and something very negative happens, they get all upset. They get super upset, and it's almost like the opposing. But this is just a contrary. But when you look at a human, when they're in a complete divine, kids normally get out of it. Maybe 30 seconds later, 1 minute, they can have like ups and downs. But humans, on the other hand, are a little bit different. When humans experience true heartbreak, they can be down for their whole life, and they can live their whole life in a state of suffering. And when they're in a state of suffering, their mind is constantly just punching them down. Literally, it's like the mind is just there, just punching the heart, just beating the heart out of any sense of true identity, any sense of true power, any sense of true positivity, love, happiness, joy, kindness, generosity, happiness, forgiveness, love, positivity. Any of these vibrations that the heart is unique and originates from, the mind is just there, just beating the heart. And whatever comes out from the heart, whether that's any, love or positivity or any joy or imagination that's coming out of the heart when it gets beat up, think about it. Where's that going? Where's these emotions, vibrations going? Because for God's sake, they're not just going into nowhere, for God's sake. Look at the world that we're living in. There's dark forces all around us. People even who they feel like something's feeding off them. They feel like, even when negative energy is present with people, they feel like someone's presence of energy is just like intolerable, So maybe we can't see what's virtually taking our heart because we can't see with our minds, or we can't perceive it with our minds. But good God, our this isn't going to waste. This is divine light that's coming out of our true identity. This is divine love, pure love. This is a very supreme divine force which is being harvested. And we need to just wake up, and also not go too serious within it and lose ourselves and not be able to be comprehensible about the fact. But the truth is that we need to understand how to prevent this from happening. And how we prevent it from happening is learning that the people who come into our lives to give us these heartbreaks are just here to act us to learn from them. And most importantly, learn to respect them. Now, we need to comprehend that these people who come into our lives to make us experience these heartbreaks are just the essence of the devil trying to use them to take from our true originality, from taking our true love or our true unique force, our true identity from us. And as soon as we start to honor them and start to say, I know what you came into my life to do, and they probably just didn't do that. They might have had good intentions, they might have actually wanted to love you or make you happy. But because they don't have enough control of their mind, eventually their mind took over and said, it's time to fuck things up, And then the mind comes in, fucks everything up, completely manipulates their mind, turns them into a horrible person. And then all of a sudden we say, oh, you've changed, you've just become like a nasty person. Well, I wonder why. They didn't have control of their mind. And don't talk too quick, because if we don't have control of our minds, we'll do the same thing. The mind will start picking at you, saying like, oh, the small things which piss you off, that shouldn't piss you off, because your heart should be able to take over the mind and say, you know what? Okay, shut up and let's solve this together in a loving, positive way. But when we don't have that ability to let the heart talk louder than the mind, then the mind will just fucking keep talking shit and then break someone's heart. It's how we do it. We don't even need to be in relationships to break someone's heart. We humans are so fucking mean and so narcissistic sometimes with our minds that we can break someone just on the street. This is horrible. We can break someone's heart just on the street. We don't need to be in a relationship for years with someone. We are so brutal as humans that we can break someone's heart on the street. This is horrible.